What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the preview for our trip to the City Ground to face Nottingham Forest, a newly rejuvenated Nottingham Forest with a new manager, but same fans. And we've got Wolfie from Forest Fan TV, man. How you doing?
Bro, I am rejuvenated, bro, and I am so looking forward to this one. I can't wait for it, bro.
Look at that. See that? Look at that. Look at that. See? He's basically ready to feast. There's been so much change, obviously, at Forest
Yeah.
recently with Nuno coming in, an upturn in form, prime Chris Wood. You know what I mean? R9 settings, Elanga doing
Cristiano
bits like
Woodinho,
this.
bro. That's what we got
Oh,
now, you know?
wow. Wow. There you go. I mean, do you know what? To start off with yourself, like, talk to us about the change in Forest under Nuno and why you're actually looking forward to this game.
So for me, I mean, Cooper got us promoted. Cooper, kept us up last year and everything, bro. But I'm not sentimental. He had to go. One win in 13, 14 games was too much. You can't do that in the Premier League. And yeah, I'd say still the majority of the fan base were willing to give him time, but I was done with the low block, man. So it had to be done. It had to be done. And you could tell as soon as Nuno came in, he came in with fresh ideas, fresh, energy, everything like that that was missing. And you always get with a new manager, they relook at the whole squad. And that's what he's done. He's brought players back in who were put out in the cold. He's changed the formation up. He's changed the style. And for me, the big thing is I'm already seeing an identity, something I haven't seen for 18 months under Cooper. Well, apart from low block, if you can call that an identity. And that win against Newcastle, which I predicted, bro. I predicted 3-1. I've been wrong every other week, but even a broken
You
clock.
actually thought you'd beat them 3-1?
I just, you know what? We played Bournemouth and I just could see the signs there. We got screwed by that ref. That red card on Bolly was an
Oh, that
absolute
was
joke.
ridiculous, yeah. Yeah,
But
everybody could see that wasn't, apart from the refs, of course.
yeah, but bro, what would have happened normally if we'd gone down to 10 men under Cooper? He would have locked up, tried to, gain a point out of it. At halftime, Nuno puts on Callum Hudson-Odoi and he's like, screw it, we're going for it. And 94th minute winner from Bournemouth. But it was enough for me to see signs that we were going in the right place. And that's why I just felt it against Newcastle. Even when they went 1-0 up, I could just see the patterns of play. He'd gone attacking, he'd gone four at the back away from home, which we're not used to. And it
Yeah,
was just
definitely not used to that.
man. And
Is
then
that the biggest
Cristiano
is
was
is that the biggest change? Is that the biggest sort of, uh, change in terms of you being confident, going to four at the back? Obviously, Nuno's famous for a lot of counter-attacking football. And look at the players that you've got to actually perfect for that. Remember when we discussed Elanga and I told you what you'd be getting if you
yeah.
can unlock him? I'm sure you're probably seeing that side of it now. Hudson-Odoi obviously back going again. Gibbs White. You've got Chris Wood now, and when our knees back in or whatever, you've got the players to actually suit that style.
He's done the simple things. I know it sounds like really, really small, but he's put players in their right position. Morgan Gibbs White was playing wide on the right under Cooper because of Taiwo's injury, and we didn't have enough firepower going forward. Nuno's come in, he's like, you're a 10, or you can play as an attacking 8. He's put him in the middle, and that's changed Morgan back to being Morgan. And then he's put Sangare, who Cooper was playing as an 8. He's a 6.
Mm,
He's put him back into the 6. And then he's just created this width with Elanga on one side, Callum Hudson-Odoi on the other. And our counter-attacking against Newcastle was quick. It was sharp. You could tell it had been pre-planned. And for me, those are the key things, man. Just play the players in their right position, build the squad around the team, around the good players. And that's what we saw against Newcastle, bro. And yeah, it's the first time. I mean, I don't know if you know, but you're 11 in a row W's against us. It's
I know.
29 years.
So
That
you know
doesn't
what's
fill you
coming.
with confidence, bro. What's
No,
going on?
so you know what's coming. I mean, for us, obviously, you've seen. I know you follow a lot of us, and I know
Yeah.
you know quite a lot about how we are. Um, and it was a good comeback win against Villa. It did
Yeah.
show that they were fighting and stuff like that. But the problem with us is that with anything that's happened that's positive, you never feel as if that's the start of something else. Like you can build upon it. And even Bruno was saying, I think in the interview, he doesn't even want to talk about bouncing back or could this turn a corner, or because we've been saying that all season. It's the 29th of December, and we're still talking about can we start our season? Like It's so that's clearly gone. That's clearly gone. And when you look at how the top four is looking with the teams that are above us, it's going to be extremely difficult to achieve that. But in moments, look, again, I remember last year we were really comprehensive against you at City Ground both times in the Carabao Cup and the league. The league was one of our, I think it's Anthony's best game he's had for a long time, and
Mm,
Dallo scores as well. It was a weird one, and then obviously in the Carabao Cup, even Weghorst scored, got his first goal for Man United, and
thanks
so
for
obviously a
reminding me.
completely different Forest team now, and this is a very worrying game for Man United. The same how I would say it is going to other teams where they've got the bit between their teeth, the crowd's going to be up. The expectation is that Forest can have a real go at Man United. Yes, it's going to sit off being a counter attack, but it's a new look Forest, and that can put Man United under a lot of pressure. Team news wise, obviously, presser hasn't been done yet, but we still got injuries. You don't know what Man United is going to turn up. So that all of those things do kind of play into your hands. Not saying we can't win. If we play to the
Mm,
best of our ability and put in a good, solid, strong performance, I still believe obviously we can win the game. But every single game that Man United play in, I never know how long they're going to play well for. Little 20-minute spell,
yeah.
maybe a half, maybe not at all, but then nick it and get lucky. There's so many different factors to a Man United performance that you can't nail down, which is why I'm extremely nervous going into this game.
You're putting a smile on my face. I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I think for me, there's been a lot of false dawns for Man U. You beat Chelsea, you lot got hyped up. I'm not saying you as in the fan base, and then you go and lose, who was it, Newcastle or something afterwards. Same again with West Ham. You think, is this the turning point? And then you see it again with Villa. Like for me, I watched that Villa game and I saw so much similarities into how when we beat them, our one win in that 13-14 loss was against
Mm.
Villa, but they played into our hands.
High line. Yeah,
That high
exactly.
line,
I
that
watched that
empty,
game when you played against them actually,
yeah,
yeah.
it was crazy. We were just putting the ball in behind them, and we got success out of it. And I saw that even though you were 2-0 down at half time, looking at how Villa were playing, I was like, they're playing into your hands. You're going to get Ganacho in behind. Rashford actually looked decent again
Yeah, he
in
did.
that game. And I felt it was a matter of time. So I don't take anything from that Villa game because trust me, after we beat Villa and we got hyped up, we then didn't sniff a W in months.
Exactly. Because if you play the low block, which you probably will in terms of being compact and being able to
Yeah,
counterattack. I'm not saying it's gonna be as negative as Cooper, back five, everyone behind the
yeah,
ball, but it will be the prime Nuno is that his Wolves side was that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Very compact, even though he did play fiver sometimes, compact at the back, but in transition, gone, you know? And that's a big problem for Man United.
Yeah, that's and I mean this with all due respect. Well, a bit of respect. I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan
I
of
mean, no
your voice, but I just think the best way Forest can win this tomorrow is if we give you the ball because
yes,
we will be
agreed.
compact. And then from what I've seen of you guys, when you haven't got that space to work in behind, you struggle to break a team down. And
There you
then,
go.
your boy Elanga, mate, I call him frustratingly good, is my phrase at the moment, because he does so much good. But if he just, I don't know if you can message him later and just tell him, get his head up. Yeah,
It's the
just
end
look in
product.
the middle.
It's the end product.
Look
I
in the
mean,
middle.
it's the reason why, and I mean this with most respect to Forest,
Yeah,
actually. It's the reason why he just couldn't be at
yeah,
that level. Not
yeah.
saying that Man United are of a great level right now, but of where Man United should be.
I know
He
what
he
you're
had
saying.
to take that sort of step down, and find his level, which he's really impactful, but he still needs to learn that bit of his game by
But he's
playing
still young, bro. He's still young. He's got
still young,
plenty of
playing
development.
consistently now in the
And
Premier
and
League.
you
That's what
saw,
you do.
yeah, and you saw it within that Newcastle game where he didn't
Oh, he was at
square it
it.
to Wood. And then he learned very quickly, and 5 minutes later, he did square it to Wood, and we got the
Mm,
first goal. So, it's the first time in 29 years since we beat you at Old Trafford with Collymore and Pearce scoring. What a day that was! That I'm actually feeling quietly confident. I don't want to jinx it, but I am
mm,
feeling confident because I think we're the kind of team that you've been struggling against this year. And as you say, I don't. It's not going to be Cooper style low block. It'll be
no,
counter attacking, but what I love about what Nuno does is the two CMs, the 6 and the 8, he sits them as a protection in front of the defense. It's a shame Sangare is suspended for this one, but then it releases Morgan Gibbs White to play that freer role, and then we'll
mm.
we'll drag you wide. And our pitch is quite wide. We'll drag you wide with Elanga and maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think it will be on the other side.
Yeah, and obviously
So yeah,
Chris Wood
bro,
had
it's
Kira up
exciting.
front. I think for us, it's about controlling those transitions and uh, not giving away the ball cheaply in bad areas. I think we will have more of the ball. We have to be sort of on the front foot with it, and more importantly, we have to score. We have to score in the moments to kind of get the wind out the sails,
Yeah,
because any little bit of encouragement, especially in away games early doors against a confident team, you give the crowd encouragement, all of a sudden the atmosphere changes and it becomes an even tougher game. Rasmus Højlund got his first goal. I'm hoping that
finally.
wasn't a one in a million. Got to wait another 14 games for him to get another one. But ironically, even the way he scored the goal was just instinctive. McGinn set him up. It wasn't
Yeah.
even us doing it. It was still a very similar game for him in terms of feeding off scraps. That has to change. Bruno,
From
you
me,
want some
bro,
more?
from your side though,
Yeah,
it's your midfield. I still don't think Ten Hag's got the balance. I think that midfield you put out against Villa was the most balanced I've seen it.
yeah.
And I think he's going to be tempted to bring McTominay back in. And if he does, I'll be happy with
I
that
bet you will.
because
Yeah,
I will, because I hate Ericsson playing against us. And over the last 4 or 5 games, he's dominated in that midfield. And I'm kind of hoping that his legs haven't got 2 games in 5 days or whatever it is.
yeah. Mix
But
it up a bit.
it
Yeah,
just still doesn't look balanced for me, that midfield. And it was the first time against Villa where even Bruno looked good, bro. Even Bruno looked
yeah.
good for me in that
Yeah,
game.
and I actually, had to change my rating on him, especially
Yeah,
second
so
half. He was excellent. He really, really was in the second half. But it is about that. He's got to pick the right players. He's got to get the right balance, and then the players have to obviously apply themselves. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm nervous. Elanga better not even think about it. I can just see it. You know what I
Patrick.
mean? Scoring, not celebrating, all of that, or having a good day out of there. I mean, he's going to be on the left, so hopefully Wan-Bissaka will be starting as a minimum. He knows all about him from training, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. And yeah, Hudson-Odoi, if he plays as well, you know what you're going to get with him on the counter, and the quality that he possesses at times. So yes, nerve-wracking game, but a chance for us to maybe build, but a chance for you to carry on in dreamland, and this turnaround that already equaled your away wins. I think Nuno.
Yeah, one
So
off it.
you know,
Yeah, we're 100%
one off
away
it.
from home. Cooper won 2 in 28. Nuno's 1 in 1. So I'm happy with that. We've got to turn it back into a fortress at the City Ground. There was
Yeah.
a phase from when you beat us last season. When was it? March, April time,
Mm,
where we hadn't lost until about 3 weeks ago. Now we've lost 4 in a row. So we do
mm,
need to bring that fortress settings back at the City Ground, bro. But
yeah.
I don't want to get over ahead of myself because I'll jinx it. But honestly, it's the most confident I've felt, and I'm kind of happy you came back against Villa to set another false dawn up for you guys.
Like, well,
I don't
trust me, us as fans aren't. We're not like, right, we come back
think
against Villa. So listen, yeah, Forest light work. No, the same against the Liverpool, like against Liverpool when we got that draw, even though it
yeah,
was a hard fought draw, it didn't fill you with confidence going to West Ham. And then look what happened at West Ham. So this has got that type of performance written all over it.
bro,
All
you
over it.
drew with Liverpool. I thought you won by the way you lot was celebrating. Right?
It was a win, mate. It was a win. It was a win. You know what I mean? Right, it's all said and done. Give me your prediction before we finish off.
Remember, I was right on Newcastle, 3-1. Yeah,
You was.
I've
Go on, you
I've
saying it
I've
again.
seen this. I've seen this play out. 2-0 Forest. 2-0 Forest. MGW scores one, and Elanga seals it in the second half, man. That's me done, man. That's called the season over. We
Great
break
end
that
to the year.
11.
Happy going into 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't
Okay.
know. I'm never confident against United. It's the one I want to win. I got too many United mates that I'm waiting to message, and I've had too many messages
Hopefully
from
the
them.
wait will continue. Hopefully the wait will continue. Oh man, I'm gonna go. I'm not. No, I can't have you come on here and say that, and I just quit quaver under that. So I'm gonna go. I'm going to go 2-0 Man United. I'm going to go Rasmus Højlund gets another one, finally gets on the run, and Marcus Rashford back in the goals. That's what I'm going to go with. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to go with. So, listen, Wolfie, it's been a pleasure. Make sure you guys check out Forest Fan TV. Get subscribed over to there. They're doing great stuff. And yeah, may the best team win. No sort of mad controversial decisions. That was not a pen, the
Mm,
ref doing this. That's all I ever asked for.
yeah,
A fair
carried me
game. So
by it last year, bro. I haven't forgotten.
that was a foul. Yeah. Or was it handball? What happened again?
Yeah, handball wasn't given
Oh,
by
oh
Chester
yeah,
United
yeah,
getting
yeah.
swept.
Listen, we've had our fair share as well. Anyway, guys, take care. We'll see you again very soon. Take care.